Hello and welcome to the Musings of the Master. Today, I want to talk about rotation of your routine when you are playing on an ongoing basis and you get to the point where you start feeling like your routine is getting stale. What you need to look for is opportunities to switch it up a little bit and not have the same thing that you get up every day and play that becomes so boring and stale that you start to lose focus and you're losing any benefit of your practice time. So rotating all the different things you do in your playing is very important. And let's think about topical tunes, things that might be in the pantheon of popular music that you're listening to on a daily basis and you just insert it into your warm-up, into your daily practice. Because that'll always ensure that things are changing. Every day you're hearing different things, things inspire you. So you get up one day and you have this tune in your mind. So one of the things that's important to do is, that was an E flat. Now I want to take that tune and I want to play it in different keys. It's important not to get stuck with one way of practicing, so that I'm going to play this tune now. I'm going to move it into a different key. So you can see I moved it up. Not only in key, I moved it in register, so now I have another place I can work on that tune and receive the benefit of not just playing it at E flat. So now let's talk about another thing you can do. This is the use of chromatics. So now we have chromatics along with changing the key, chromatics. Very important. You can change up the exercise and take it into all kinds of keys. Now, what about the use of register? Also a very good way to manipulate the routine from a daily basis so that you're not stuck in one area. Okay, now let's talk about dynamics. It's very important to use a wide range of dynamics. So now we're gonna work on changing up the routine, varying the dynamics. And as you see, along with the dynamics, you can change the tempo. That's very important, not to get stuck with the same dynamics and the same tempo every time you work on an excerpt. All right, so we have the dynamics, the tempo, chromatics, taking it into different keys. Another thing we can do is work with the multiple tongue. Very good to work into these routines, multiple tonguing, triple tonguing, double tonguing, what have you. Slip that right in. All right, now, another thing we can work on is the use of the air. Think about the air when you play and you practice. Very important, the breathing and the air. Very relaxed breath. You want to take a relaxed breath, and you don't want to rely on the tongue too much. You want to produce the sound with the air. You see how it's a very natural sound. comes from a good support with the air. Not too much articulation, more with the air than the tongue. You don't want to slap the notes. So you see, once again, varying things up, changing the key, changing the register. Good support. All of these things crucial to a daily routine that will ensure the most quality musical performance. All right, so let's talk about one other thing here. This is all very important, but it has to connect to the content, the musical emotion that you're going for. You can't just play notes. You have to be connected to the content, the emotional degrees of which you're trying to achieve when you play, as I will demonstrate thusly. Now, you might imagine at home that you could feel the emotional content. As I played those notes, you could hear people, "Here we go, Cardinals, here we go." You could feel that emotional, it was coming right through. It was a very strong emotional connection. That's what you're going for. You're going for the emotional content of the music. You could play that different ways, but it wouldn't have the same impact. So we see it has a very deep pathos to that one. This one could be seventh, eighth inning, more around that time. But by the ninth inning, especially the bottom of the ninth, we're going for a different feel. So you're going to connect with that emotion. You're going to connect with that feeling. 50,000 people are with you. Here we go. You have to feel that. You have to feel that emotion. When you play these notes, they're not merely notes. You're connecting to a deep part of humanity. Okay. Now we have lighthearted moments that also occur in a musical range. So we want to connect with that as well. We have a broad range of musical content we want to bring into the practice room. So you see, all of these techniques can be brought in on a daily basis. They can be changed. They can be manipulated so that you are achieving the strongest possible result from your time as you work to increase your connection with your art, with your craft. And these are all very important things to any serious master. And one last thing I want to mention here before we finish this short, very useful, very informative bit of instruction. And that is, here in Missouri, we have a special value that we take from knowing that as we play, as we perform, we have what is called the achin effect. And I'm not talking about if you've played for a long time, your lips start to ache. It's not that kind of achin. This is a different situation entirely. What I'm talking about is here in Missouri, when I play a note, if it is not a legitimate note, my ears reject the note. You do not have to worry. As a musician, you can feel free to play whatever the phrase feels like it's going to be for you. You can go wherever the phrase takes you. Let there be no fear, because as I have stated, here within the confines of Missouri, any note that is not deemed legitimate will be immediately rejected by my body, and I have no fear that my audience will be thusly displeased. We have no issues here with that. So the achin effect, yes, it's very important. Now, it could be that your home state has something similar to this. I'm not sure, but we are very fortunate here in Missouri to have this dome-like effect over the state, the achin effect. Now, we've gone over many things today, and I want you to remember that this is important every time you pick up your horn. Connect to that emotional content. Hear that crowd. They're with you. When you're playing Charge, you're not just playing it for yourself. You're playing it for 50,000 people. Take in that deep breath. Support the sound. Articulate cleanly. Rhythm is very important. Tight rhythm. Very important. That rhythm, that rhythmic clapping that you're going to hear that, you're going to feel that. It needs to be rhythmically accurate. It has to have propulsion. It has to move forward. So this is all very important. Change the key. Change the register. Work it into your multiple tonguing, your triple tonguing, the high register, the low register. Take these things and work them until you're covering all aspects so that at all times you're prepared for your daily musical experience. And with that, I hope we will see you again soon. Remember, these things are all given freely to the community. This is public domain. I encourage you all, if you feel benefited by the wisdom that has been on display here today, the deep, deep wisdom, I want you to consider a donation. You can donate. There are many valuable causes out there. There could be homeless puppies, little cute bulldogs in your neighborhood that need more treats, and you need to support them. It could be that you want to give money to Obamacare so he can cut across all racial lines and quit having these vouchers from the Republicans and all this ugliness going on. You could give money to the Low Brass Collective, STL LBC. We will take your money. We'll be very happy to take your money. Do not send your money to gerrypagano.org. I have too much money now. I have so much difficulty unburdening myself of the great financial stress I'm under. Sometimes I just get in the car, I take as much money as I can, I roll down the windows, and I drive down the street just dumping it as I go. It's a severe burden I'm under. So please, do not send me any money. But I like coffee cake. So that might be okay. Just make sure you pack it carefully. So remember these great jewels of wisdom as you go forth in your musical day, and hopefully this will be something that can sustain you through a lifetime, a career involved with music. And I thank you for your attention, and I will just go out with this last little jewel here.